I read 2 books and listened to 1 audiobook in the month of May, and I'm going to let you know if they are worth the read/listen with a simple yes, no, or maybe. I'm not gonna lie, May was a bit of a slower reading month. I only read 2 books and listened to 1 audiobook, and that was mostly because the off-campus show came out and I feel like I spent most of May just fangirling over that, but also the books that I did read weren't really catching my attention that much and making me want to read. But I'm really excited for June because I have a bunch of books on my TBR that I know are going to get me excited to pick up the books and start reading again. Yes. This was actually a reread because the show was coming out on Prime Video and I first read the book back in 2023. I am so glad I did a reread because I forgot some of the things that happened in the book and I wanted to be prepared for the show. I also think I enjoyed this book even more the second time than I did the first time while reading it. If you want to see my full thoughts and feelings while doing this reread, I have a video on my YouTube channel that you can check out in the link in my bio if you want to see that. Maybe. And it pains me to say that because I read Unsteady and Unloved at the beginning of this year and I gave them both 5 stars. Unsteady was actually a borderline 6-star read because I loved it that much. So when I saw that Unbound was coming out, I got so excited for this book and I really hyped myself up for it, but I wasn't really that interested in it. I just feel like not much happened. The whole book we're flipping between the past and the present, which don't get me wrong, I do usually love that in books, but I felt like for the first 70% of the book, nothing was happening in the past or in the present. We didn't really pick up the pace until the last 30% of the book is where I felt like things start to get good and more stuff happened. So I was kind of bored in the beginning and I really did try to tell myself that I was loving it because I came on here and did a last now next and said I was loving it because I was really forcing myself to love it. But in the end, I ended up giving it 3 stars just because I felt like nothing happened for most of the book. It was also like close to 500 pages, which I feel like it didn't need to be that long. Yes, yes, yes. I did this as an audiobook and it was the second Taylor Jenkins Reid book I ever read. The first one was One True Loves and I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this book going into it because it is quite a different vibe from One True Loves, but I absolutely loved it. I enjoyed everything from start to finish and it was really entertaining and it really hooked me in right away. Those were all the books that I read and listened to in the month of May. Let me know in the comments what you read last month.